cherish the good more than champion the bad.
I know what that little transition's from. It's a hell of a life.
Playboy Carti on this album,
Spaz.
I think you get a little bit of each era or generation of Kanye throughout this whole project. NLP music, we got the Vultures.
Part 1.
Vultures Part 1.
Yeah, so
Volume 1.
Kanye, Ty Dolla $ign album.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about today.
I feel like it's been long awaited.
It has been teased for a long time.
Yeah.
Has been teased for a long time.
At least like 6 months, maybe longer.
Yeah, for sure. Man, where you guys want to start?
So I think on this like particular one, let's start from the very top. Vultures started as the listening parties,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what it was?
That's where
It
like
was
all the
either
clips
that-
come from.
It
Like,
was either that or the 2 singles.
Okay.
You had the one with Northwest.
Which-
talking?
I'm your bestie.
Please.
hey, bro,
Talking.
she's gonna have a future.
That was cool.
She's
And
already-
music.
It was a cool little verse.
She
I
got a
liked
good
it.
voice for a little
She's
kid.
already paid, bro.
Yeah.
She's already platinum.
And then
probably.
the other one was the Vultures single itself.
Okay.
So it either started out with the 2 singles or the listening parties. And up front, I didn't listen to any of the listening parties. I saw the clips here and there.
Saw the
Yeah,
clips.
same.
I
Off
kind
rip-
of stayed distant from it because of Kanye's like
Off rip, I was
releasing
about to say,
of music.
I've been kind of distant from Kanye for a while. I actually didn't listen to what was the last? I listened to
Donda.
it. I listened to a little bit of Donda.
There was some fire songs
Not
off
a
of
whole
Donda.
lot. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it.
He did Jesus is King, right?
I didn't listen to that one, and then I listened to Life of Pablo. I didn't listen to I like the Pusha T album that he produced.
So when he did
Yeah.
those
I
3
didn't-
albums,
I didn't listen to the Kids See Ghosts.
Kids See Ghosts.
Which was
I don't sleep much. I'm depressed or whatever was the album cover. The Utah mountains when he was doing the Utah.
I thought that was
yeah.
the bipolar thing.
I
I'm
don't-
bipolar.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't
like
really
shit.
listen.
I'm bipolar. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't really
Okay,
listen
yeah.
to that.
And then the Pusha T album was like every month he put out an album.
Yeah, but I listened to the
those
Pusha
3.
T, but I didn't listen to the other 2. So this is coming back to Kanye from probably Life of Pablo, I would say. You know,
It was
I
a
can see
good.
that.
It was a good break to take
yeah,
I
you
think
know,
so too.
because I keep up with Kanye from an arm's length.
exactly.
You can't
I
really,
see the
you
shit
can't
he
really
does.
ignore it.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. It's just like
But I'm not like binging the albums the way I did.
no, but
Vultures.
sometimes I like to what am I trying to say? I like to cherish the good. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Same.
More than champion the bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
I like that.
yeah, I pulled that one out of my ass. I'm like,
That was solid. I
I'll
like
have to
that.
run
I'ma
that
fuck
shit
with
back.
We need to write that one up on the wall.
So it's like, like you said, it's a good point. An arm's length where it's like I'll listen to it, I'll see the crazy shit, see him getting top on the boat. You know,
I
Running
thought that
for
was
president.
Allegedly.
running for.
I thought that was
president.
fire.
The anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah,
Saying-
him
talking
talking
about
about
Hitler.
Jewish
Way to go,
people
way to
and
go,
yeah.
Party Mike.
I mean, it
Yeah,
is
we
what
gotta
it
cut
is.
that
No, just
so we
kidding.
don't get
You know, but this is an album review. Off rip.
We're gonna talk about the music.
What number project is this of Kanye's? Do you know? Off rip?
I don't know,
That's a
but
good question.
I don't even.
12,
It's got to be
over
pretty deep.
10.
11,
I, could,
12.
I don't want to spend too much time running through.
I
them,
mean,
but
I can
Nah.
look at y'all.
college dropout, late registration, graduation.
I want to get into it before we lose people.
Facts. We can cut all this too. So, you know.
But just as far as music, like I want to talk about it musically more than I do.
13.
His 13th project.
I want to talk about it musically more than I do like what he's been saying on Twitter or whatever, bro. Because like I saw the Anthony Fantano shit and he didn't really talk about music and he said, you know, I don't want.
Unreviewable garbage.
He did say that and he said, you know, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, just talk about the music instead of the artist, or you know, I can't do that because it's in the music. And like, I mean, maybe to some extent.
I
but
will say though, kind of devil's advocate on that point.
that's fine.
Which I kind of agree with Fantano on this a little bit. And again, not trying to champion Fantano on this, but he does talk about it too much in the album.
I
There was
thought
like
so
three
too.
or four bars that I heard in there where I was like,
That's
just
not a
good-
good
just-
look.
I said it on episode 37 of the podcast. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You ain't got to talk about it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Like,
we're not on that
Yeah.
time. Just move past it. But you know, in his scenario, it's totally different. I understand that.
Also, man to man, his wife. Beautiful lady.
I've got to edit this album cover for the thumbnail.
yeah, for sure.
Beautiful lady.
I mean, dog, this woman is totally shitting on Kim Kardashian.
Allegedly.
This woman is naturally like that.
You said it.
That's
I'm
what
agreeing.
I think personally.
You know.
I think personally, this woman is way more beautiful.
Back to
I
the
think
music,
Kim
back to the
Kardashian.
music.
You know
On
what?
the music,
You
on
know
the
what he
music,
said about
on the
Iggy
music.
Azalea? That's how I feel about Kim K.
I want to say, because you were talking about how you kind of kept Kanye back a little bit in the back of your mind for his last couple album releases. Jesus is King. I didn't really delve too much into it.
That felt like a reach.
It was.
I don't believe that he's really into Jesus like that.
Sure, if he is, sure, that's
Yeah,
fine. Make an
yeah.
album about it. That's fine. I appreciate it. I listened to a lot of Donda, like that. I'm surprised the album wasn't on my 2023 Wrapped. And then he came back out with the almost like a remastered.
Yeah, Donda was
version of
pretty
it.
good.
Donda 2,
That's
where he put
worked
the
with I'm
Andre
thinking of-
3000 cut on it, and then he put another song at the end of it.
Donda 2 was good.
I was thinking of one that he worked with Dr. Dre on.
There were some good
That's probably
songs on
Jesus
Donda
is
2.
King.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I've kept up with Kanye to the point of like, I said it again in episode 37. He's the only person I have blocked on Twitter, but I love his music so much. Like, it's like fucking crack, bro. Like I keep going back to it.
Oh yeah.
Even though I don't.
I've
obviously
listened to this
support-
4 times in the past
Yeah,
2 days.
I've listened to it probably
In anticipation for this is the only thing that I've been listening to.
same. Like I put the 2013 shit on the side, and like it's
Same.
literally been strictly this. And off rip, we'll really get into it.
Real quick before we get into it, sorry. We're gonna be dropping this and 2000.
13.
No, the one before this. 2017.
Yes.
We're gonna be dropping that. We reviewed our top 5-ish, 3-ish,
Yeah.
5-ish albums of 2017. So check that out.
All right. Off rip though, I think my favorite part about this album is you get the reason I asked what project is it of Kanye's is this. I think you get a little bit of each era or generation of Kanye throughout this whole project.
Yeah.
From like flow, beats,
Very
rapping
experimental.
style, even down to the lyrics of like the edgier shit and like just how he raps. You know?
Yeah.
I think you get every era in this whole thing. Like from the start, it's very like Life of Pablo-y kinda, and then as it goes on, you get some Yeezus moments. I would think with Carnival, maybe, which is
Go.
highlight of the album or one of
That song's been on repeat.
yeah,
Fire.
the British.
The chant.
Go.
Come on,
You
man.
know
Ride
the
it
words to
like
it?
Carnival.
You know the words to it?
Gave head on the honor or no head so good she on
Head
the
so
honor roll.
good she on honor roll.
Yeah.
She ride my shit like a
Carnival.
carnival. I can't remember the last bar. It's 3 Little Chants. You know what it? And
It's a soccer chant, right?
maybe
Or is it a song?
no shot. That's a soccer chant. First of all,
no, bro. In
I think that we
European
don't-
soccer chants go
the
crazy.
The chants do go crazy. I was listening to another video. They said this. It almost gives Seven Nation Army vibes.
Kinda, yeah.
Like it's one of those that you're gonna be chanting in the stadium. Like you're gonna hear.
Oh,
everyone
well,
slamming
I
their
was going to
feet.
say this song is it feels very anthem.
yeah.
Anthem.
It's very anthem. It's very big. It's very, the production is very wide. It's an anthem song. Like I feel like this is something that people would, listen to get fired up. It's a really cool song. The production on that song is fire, and that's at the bottom of the album, so we can probably save a little bit of that for
Yeah,
later.
We can get into it.
But when that song hits, man, it just, I don't know, bro. Like you just got
Party verse.
the Cardi verse is crazy.
All the
I'm-
features are very like.
Different. I mean, Rich the Kid's
Not
on
what
that
you would
song.
expect.
what do you think about
He
it, Party
opens
Mike?
it.
You've been
Yeah.
quiet, man. You've been quiet.
I think Rich the Kid came up with that hook.
So,
Allegedly.
like you said, you kind of get different eras of Kanye in it, and some of my favorite Kanye is like the punchlines, like just like nobody else would have
Now
thought of
Urkel's
this.
in your bitch.
Did I
Did I
do
do
that?
I put the nerds on.
Come on, man. Like, I feel you.
The punchlines are so crazy. Like I just like feel like a little kid like waiting in anticipation.
I think
like, I know he's about to say something crazy.
I think the reason why this album has had that perception, not only you but a lot of other people, is this is by far the most light-hearted album that Kanye's put out in years. It's fun, bro. It's a good listen. It's an easy
true.
It
listen.
feels almost effortless, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You was saying yesterday, and I've heard you talk about it today, so I feel like your opinion has changed just in one day.
And it has, because I had a lot of driving time today to listen to it.
Another story. But, like, what you just said about Carnival, bro, like, you mentioned the production yesterday. I was like, man, I think he produced this shit, some of the more wilder shit for these, like, listening parties, for these live shows. I think he stole that from Travis. I don't like listening to Travis's music a lot while I'm driving, but if I'm at the gym, that shit'll fire me up. But the reason for that is, like, I think it's made for arenas and to be performed and to be in this big environment. You know
What's
what I'm
crazy
saying?
that you talk about Travis, though, is like, you know, Travis came up idolizing Kanye West and Kid Cudi, right? Like, that's his inspiration.
Facts.
Whenever I hear this album, I finally hear the similarities between, like, Travis Scott production and Kanye West production. You know, I never heard it before. I knew that that's who he idolized, but in this album, especially on the one that Travis is on, I'm like, wow, I really hear the similarities for once in my life. And it really does sound like whenever you listen to this album and you listen to something by Travis, and I don't want to make it too much about Scott, but, like, you really hear the influence. Like, this is the type of shit, or this little sound of the way he does production, and, you know, he has a lot of help too, but you really hear the similarities in Travis Scott and Kanye West in this album.
One thing
for
before
sure.
we get off of that, one thing I noticed that tied them together, I just thought about, like, when you see the track list, they aren't showing, like, the features on the album.
That's something that
I feel
Travis
like
Scott
Kanye-
started.
Somebody
Kanye
big
does it
enough
all the
can
time.
do that, but, like, somebody smaller, like,
You want to show the feature.
yeah,
You know what I'm
obviously,
saying?
and it's like you're so big at this point that, like, people are so curious
I also think
off
it's.
rip just to, like, see who's on it.
Yeah.
and they're gonna dive into that.
I don't want to veer too far off of this album and talk about other Kanye shit, but
Can I make a point real quick?
let me finish this one because this is a small. But Kanye was, to me, the first one to have the ability to go in and change something on an album. Like Life of Pablo, what's out on DSPs now is not the Life of Pablo that came out the first
Bro,
day.
Yeah.
the
You know what
first
I'm
day
saying?
it came out on Jay-Z's streaming
Yeah, on
service.
Tidal.
On Tidal.
8 years ago today, actually.
I
to this
paid
day.
for Tidal 8 years ago to listen to the first Live
Bro,
of
I was
Pablo.
working at Finish Line, same.
Yeah.
Like, same.
Speaking of people on this album, JPEG Mafia did a lot in the production of this album. If you go in the credits of this album, there's JPEG Mafia after JPEG Mafia in the production specifically. And he just adds shit to this album that feels like it couldn't have been added without him on the production. Because Scaring the Hose Part 1 was one of my top albums of 2023. Him and, anyway.
Danny Brown.
Danny Brown, yeah. Scaring the Hose, him and Danny Brown was a fantastic album, and you can see those little, you can see the little things he added onto this album that make him go to that next level. Also, this is a collab album with Ty Dolla $ign,
I was gonna make that.
and I feel like a lot of people, you know, a lot of the songs even Ty Dolla $ign feels like note number 2. Like it feels like this is a Kanye album with Ty Dolla $ign on it. No.
Yeah,
No.
Ty Dolla $ign
okay.
puts on some amazing performances in this album. Some of
Dude.
the verses he
I was
has.
gonna
kills
make
it.
that.
He
and
kills
when
it.
you edit the video, you can change all this shit and
Of
make
course.
it whichever way you want. But Ty Dolla $ign, bro, fucking kills this album.
I think
I feel like there's low points of not a lot of them, to be honest, but like I feel like there's low points in Kanye on this album. There's not a bad Ty Dolla thing about it. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gonna say that I
And
don't.
that sounds kind of fucked up, but like I just think if he was here to be a role player, he played his fucking role perfect, bro.
I was
Call him Manu Ginobili, bro.
You feel me, man?
I was gonna say that there's not one thing by Ty Dolla $ign that I heard on this album that wasn't phenomenal. And I was gonna say where the little disconnect that I get from modern Kanye compared to past Kanye that I used to love so much, I think that Ty Dolla $ign makes up for it a lot in this album, which is honestly I really haven't been the biggest fan of him, especially in the past 5 years. But he really he killed it. Like the one where they're talking about getting paid. I'm just here to get paid. Yeah, it's almost like a play on like Kanye being crazy and people judging Ty Dolla $ign for being on the album with him. And he's just saying, look, I'm just here to get paid.
But then Kanye comes in and is like, yeah, we're all here to get paid. This is what we're doing this for.
But they know that, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole play on the song. It's genius.
I think we're doing a lot of glazing right now.
We are because
I want to say, I'm speaking for myself, not for y'all. There's a lot of highs and there's a lot of lows on this album.
I agree.
I think this song or the last song you was on, Hood Rat.
Hood Rat, I hate that song.
Specifically, I'm not a fan of that
Dude,
song.
the phrase that
it's too loud.
The vocal phrase, by the time that's halfway through the song, I don't want to hear it no more. No. I feel like my ears are bleeding. Fuck Something is a great song.
I was gonna play. I want to talk about.
It's a great song, but I agree with you. Now you know what the highlight of Hood Rat is? The outro with Mike Tyson talking about Kanye. That made the whole song like, damn, bro. I wish this was on a different song.
Yep.
I like that outro. There was something else. The Freddie Gibbs verse.
Insane. Insane.
Before we get too far in, I will say I think the low points of my of this shit to me was Keys to My Life to Talking. Like, I like the first song. It was just kind of like a good intro song.
Stars was a good intro song.
I would say like Stars was cool, but like if I had to say, I would say like the first four. Take those first four off. Give me the next 12.
I think I feel a little dizzy in the first 4 songs.
Same.
Because they go so fast.
Kinda.
You don't know when the song is switching.
When you get to Back to Me, like
that, I listened to the album from Back to Me Down or Talking Down, really. Because I like the talking verse.
I like talking. It's not bad.
I don't dislike it. You know.
I don't like the talking verse. I like the talking chorus.
I definitely feel like I get to that same point, and it's like those are the songs that I want to go back and replay.
It's like
over
there's
and over.
A lot of good shit on this album, but like Hood Rat is so unlistenable to me that I fucking hate it.
I don't hate it.
Is that the song you were saying where it's like he's just saying the same thing?
Hood rat, Hood rat.
It's ear bleeding to me hearing that over and over again. And that's like that Kanye production that either hits or misses, bro. It's always going to be off the wall.
But if you really think about it, this is more like Billy was saying, or B-May was saying. This is like the Yeezus stuff. Like,
and I think I have a more.
It grew on a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think that this album would personally, I think that over, we were comparing Travis Scott stuff. Some of the last Travis Scott album, dude, I didn't like it the first listen through. I didn't like it the second listen through, but by the fourth, the fifth, I start to understand it a little bit more. This album, dude, I don't think that anything that's very tediously produced, I don't think that any of that is ever going to resonate with you the first time. It's something that you really have to kind of listen through.
The Nipsey little hook on here.
Dude, I was listening the first
y'all
time
keep
through,
talking,
and
I
I was
gotta
like,
hang a
that's
choke.
got to be Nipsey, and I never looked it up. So it is Nipsey.
Yeah, for sure. Has to be.
Would you go to the end of Burn, Burn, Burn?
I will. Give me 1 second. I want to find the song where he has the Rax flow. I think it's this one.
We spotted that the other night.
I think no, this is the Manny Fresh song. This is Back That Ass Up. Yeah. Which one you say, Burn?
The end of Burn.
I think this is my least favorite one.
I think it's another Yeezus song though.
Which is like you said, hit or miss, bro. I don't really like Paperwork, but Hood Rat's cool.
Hood Rat, just the Hood Rat. It got too repetitive. It got a little annoying at the end because it goes throughout the whole track. The whole track it's playing.
Yeah, I like this shit.
This is my favorite song off the album.
Burn.
Yeah, Which also, this is another thing about Kanye, bro. We don't know what Vultures 1 is going to end up being.
True. Did he change this already?
This song used to be called Burn, Burn, Burn. Like
What-
with commas in between. When I was listening to it earlier today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the thing, bro. Like, Life of Pablo was really like two different albums if you look at it from, like you said, what it's like right now on streaming services versus
Yeah.
what it came out as.
It's odd. Like,
But,
Do
like-
they keep like all the stats and everything when they go back and change
Yeah,
stuff?
for sure.
Okay.
And I don't know, like you said,
That just like
Kanye,
keeps people coming back. He's like, they know he's just like constantly. changing
he's
stuff.
constantly tweaking it.
Yeah.
But if you go back to Burn at the very end, the beat switch from Burn into Fuck Something is insane.
let's hear it.
And this might have been, y'all the producers in here, but y'all might have not heard this one. You might have not noticed.
I listened to it today, all the
Yeah.
way through.
Oh yeah.
That Fuck Some song, dude, that is hard.
That's so tough, bro.
That
and
beat-
Kanye,
I was
like,
blasting this on the ride home today.
Yeah, dude.
he's so good at those beat switches, like carrying over the last like three, like the BPM of the last song into the next, like,
into a completely different BPM.
and then switching it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an art form, being able to finesse that. Because for one thing, you're not going to make two different BPMs flow together perfectly in any sort of form. But in order to do it, you have to finesse using a piece of music that might be the same key or whatever it is. It's like
That's above me.
it's a trick and a game at the same time. So like being able to finesse that, because I've tried it, and I've a lot of times it could even just be a similar sound that tricks people's minds into going from this BPM to that BPM or this key to that key. It's a finesse, dude.
I might have
So
got tricked by it.
you work like that's how it works.
Yeah.
And someone with a musical ear as good as Kanye's is going to be able to do that so good that even the best people don't even realize it.
Like that's a fact.
That's just what he does. I mean, he's obviously a production genius.
Like Burn, like I said, you can skip Paperwork for me, but
I don't like
Burn
that song.
Probably the rest of the album is
Carnival
fire,
is
bro.
the best
Take-
song on the album.
I have a top 3.
Nah, man. Beautiful big titty but naked women just don't fall out the sky,
Beautiful
on,
big
man.
titty butt naked women just don't fall out the sky,
I have
the
a top
sky,
3.
Okay.
And it goes, hold on, I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, let's
Beautiful
hear it.
butt, big, naked titty. Sky,
Beautiful big
no
titty.
more.
Sky,
Number 3,
Tell me how.
Back to Me.
It's crazy.
Number
Yeah.
2, Carnival.
Carnival.
Number 1, Burn.
Okay.
It's my top
like
3
it.
off the album. Also,
I like it.
for some reason, we're glazing again, but there's a lot of misses on here.
No, there definitely is.
Man, the Lil Durk verse is fire.
Fire.
The Quavo verse, not great.
I'll say
Eh.
right now.
I was not a
Gonna
fan
make
of
me late
Quavo.
for work.
Not great.
The roles in reverse. You gonna make me
I
late.
get it. I like the beat though on that song.
I mean, but here's the thing.
Playboy Cardi on this album,
Spazzed.
I enjoyed.
Dude, I'm telling you, his album's
That's
gonna be
huge.
insane.
That's huge
Enjoy
coming
it.
from you.
I enjoyed
'Cause
it. It
these
wasn't
two
bad.
guys, they
it didn't
don't-
make me want to punch my fucking
We're gonna
My
make a
power button,
clickbait
bro.
thumbnambl for y'all 14-year-olds.
Dog.
Like, it
Cardi
wasn't-
we like
spaz
Cardi
on the
now.
fucking
That's
shit.
the
I
hardest
do
Cardi
think-
verse I've ever heard.
I do think
in Carnival.
Yeah.
No, I think the first one's harder. On which other one is he on?
It's one
Fuck
of the,
something.
Fuck something.
Fuck
Yeah,
Something.
yeah. I like the Fuck Something one better. I think Rich
I just
the
like
Kid,
how it says going
I think the
barnacles.
best feature on this album is Rich the Kid.
which is
When he
crazy.
opens up on Fuck
Which
Something?
is which
No,
is wild.
when Rich the Kid opens up on
Carnival.
Carnival. That's
on
Rich
Carnival.
the
Yeah,
Kid.
yeah, you're right.
Dude. It's just crazy because like Rich the Kid always goes from being like he fell off to having some shit like this, bro.
bro, come on.
He
man.
made the song, bro. I'm pretty sure that he came up with the
I
with
was
the
gonna
hook,
say, I think
and that they
Cardi
made the
just-
song around that hook, bro. And
Yeah.
that's Rich the
will
Kid,
you,
bro.
Will you play Carnival? Like we can cut
Oh
all
no,
that
for
out.
sure. It's playing right now.
Cardi said he going barnacles, dude.
Come on, man.
Start that shit. Yeah, yeah.
Carnival. Keep it down so like. Go.
Dude, this is an anthem. This is I just imagine a.
But I do think this is also Yeezus production too.
Oh,
But
I'm-
this is a hit off that.
yeah.
Like,
If he put this on Yeezus, it would have been the most streamed song off that album.
Nah, bro. Bound to.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot Bound to was on there.
This is the Racks on Racks flow.
It is.
Yeah.
Old Todd Dillerson.
I don't know if a lot of people know that, but this is definitely the
Yes. Racks on racks on racks.
Racks on Racks on Racks.
You can hear at the end
Yeah.
of his verse.
For sure. Is it Racks on Racks or is it the Speaker Knockers one that?
And this right here, dude?
Dude, the fucking...
That was the Yeezus, like...
Yeah.
What was the song?
Elon.
She
Where
done
My
fell in
Rocket
love
Ship.
with a... I done fell in love with a porn star? Is that what it is?
I can't think of the
I don't
song.
know.
I can't think... Hold on, I'll tell you.
It's something crazy.
Oh, I know what that little transition's from. It's A Hell of a Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. Yeah. I couldn't figure out which album is that from. No. But it's from one of his older albums. Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, Trevor.
So I felt like we, like he said, glazed over the album enough. Now I want to talk about what I don't like about it. And this is crazy for a Kanye album, but I actually don't like that one at all. But what I don't like about this album, especially listening to it in a car with a nice sound system, the mixes on some of these songs are not there.
Well, I think that goes to the point of like, give it a week.
Nah, man.
Nah, Kanye will come back and mix them. Like that's what he does.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
That's
It'll be
what I'm
different
saying.
in a week.
It'll be different in a week.
Okay,
Like,
well, as of right now, with the album being out for 2 days,
yeah.
some of the mixes are just not good. And the thing is like, if you're just mixing a regular trap song, it's a lot easier than mixing something with production this big. I mean, this ain't like mixing like a Die-Lit Playboi Carti song where it's, it's a more simple Pierre beat. I mean, this man sampled people like making a chorus out of 100 different people saying go go go. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
it's a whole different thing. But dude, like even on that song that I love so much, like you can barely hear Cardi on it. You got to really listen.
I
It
think
sounds
that's more
good
of a
coming over
Cardi
some
thing.
normal speakers, but like
I think he always sounds like mud.
Cardi,
But that's just me.
Cardi, that ain't true.
Nah.
That ain't true, bro. That ain't true.
Oh, but he sounds like mud.
That ain't that ain't true, man. Dalit, great.
Muddy.
Cardi does not have a muddy voice.
Red clay mud.
Don't let him get you distracted.
I'm just saying, bro. Some of the mixes on this shit ain't it, and then some of the songs. I already said it. I could go the rest of my life without hearing Hood Rat. I would not give one
Hood
fuck.
rat, hood rat, hood rat, hood rat.
I don't want to hear, dog. Like it made me want to just fucking pull my hair out hearing that over and over and over again. But as I just said, this album has enough songs on it that are awesome to me to make me say this is a pretty good album. That's me personally.
I agree so far. I need more listens.
I need to sit with it a little bit more.
rotation on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Cam? Final thoughts, man. Final thoughts.
It's a playlist album, man. I like a solid grip of songs off of here. Give me 4 to 5 songs on a playlist. I love this album.
If you got 4 or 5 bangers on a whole album, that's a success.
And it's like an hour long. I will say I'm really excited to see Vultures 2, Vultures 3, whatever it turns into. I like Ty Dolla $ign and Kanye going back and forth.
He blew my mind, Ty Dolla $ign.
It was
He
it was
blew
a
my mind on
fun
this one.
listen. It was an easy listen. It's Kanye being less sincere, being
What
less
he thinks is sincere.
Yeah, being his version, less of his version of sincere. It was fun. It was a good album.
Is Ty Dolla $ign still Taylor Gang?
Yeah, I
Like
think
with
so.
Wiz?
I'm not 100% sure, but
Which is weird because I don't think Wiz and Kanye really like each other.
I don't know. I think over Amber Rose or something.
Something stupid. Kanye being an idiot was what it was really over.
To me,
Wiz
bro,
Khalifa was talking about Khalifa Kush. He said KK. He's like, that's my wife you're talking about, motherfucker. And he's like, talking about Khalifa Kush, you
I do remember
dumbass.
that. I do remember
Yeah,
that.
dude. And then Amber Rose is like, you used to like it when I played with your booty hole or some shit like that, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Look at Cam.
Way to go, Trevor.
Fucked it all up, man.
Yeah, you Cameron this. Nah, to me, bro, I'm gonna disagree with both of y'all, man. I think this shit's pretty good, bro. You can keep like 2 or 3 songs, bro, but I mean, 12 out of 16 is pretty good to me, man. I think you can't. I'm not gonna listen to anyone. There's not a bad Ty Dolla $ign moment on this album.
I don't think so
Even
either.
on the songs that y'all say leave out or we don't like, I think Ty Dolla $ign kills it, and like that's just enough for me, man. Like I think he was crazy. I think the mix is perfect, bro. It doesn't peak. I think the beats are all fire. Like
I mean, the beat.
I think that's just I'll give you some of the vocals are kind of whatever. The production, I think one of the best produced Kanye albums, bro. I think this is Kanye making Kanye music, bro. He didn't produce a lot on the album, bro. He's rapping over 88 Glam beats and JPEG Mafia beats, and there's a Mustard beat on here, bro. Like
Isn't Timbaland on this album?
I think Timbo has 2 beats on here.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I think I like that. I think I like.
I may be tweaking,
JPEG
but
Mafia.
I could have heard a Pharrell 4-step.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'll
Might be
have to
tweaking.
go back and look over the credits again.
But
My point in saying that, I think it feels like Kanye wanted, like, I think he enjoyed making this album. I felt like he may have had fun doing this, whereas
I hope he did.
I think whereas some of the past projects, like Donda especially, he was like,
It's a hard topic, bro. He made an album about his mother who passed away.
Yeah, and
then he made an album about his religion. You know,
And it's
going
like
backwards.
a lot of scrutiny, and like he obviously has been dealing with the same scrutiny and some backlash, and it's like I think one of y'all said it just a second ago, but like it's free, bro. It's almost like free Kanye. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna say whatever I want. I'm gonna rap on the beats I want. I'm gonna chop the vocal samples I want. I'm gonna leave them at the levels that I want, and like let it be. And then I'm gonna get Ty Dolla $ign to come in here and make sure there's at least a fire minute and a half of every single song on here. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know Ty Dolla $ign had it like that. I've never been the hugest fan.
I think
he's
he
got
slept
hits,
on it. And I think that's the biggest thing for me is like Kanye's whole shit on here is cool, but Ty Dolla $ign does not miss, bro. 16 tracks, whether it's the hum, whether it's the oohs, whether it's just like a little singing shit, whether it's him playing the fucking guitar on the beat, bro. Like, I think Ty Dolla $ign went crazy on this
He
shit.
went insane.
I think he went insane. And I think
I have
that's
a new
the
respect
biggest,
for him.
I think that's the biggest takeaway for me, whereas like even on the lows, Ty Dolla $ign be he's popping off.
He's really like that.
He's really
You
like
gonna have
that.
me listen to this again, anticipating
like
every
I said,
Ty
bro,
Dolla $ign.
I had to go back and listen to
Verse.
2 of my bitches in the club.
There was one where he
Like-
got like a little like emotional.
When he's talking about his daughter, bro, it's
Mm-hmm.
on the talking one where he's like, or his kid, he's like, I hope I'm a good enough role model and can put her on the game before the world does. I thought that bar was crazy, bro. I thought of you, bro. Like, damn, that's a hard bar right there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I want to teach my kid. I want to show the game before, you know, someone else shows them the game.
Before TikTok does.
Before TikTok does, and like they look up to somebody they shouldn't be looking up to or something like that.
One
But
thing I want to
like
say
it.
about the production is I know that there was a lot of other people that played a role in this, but every song feels like the production that was done on it was almost like a template for Kanye to take
by
and-
all
and-
means, he
and-
had his hands on everything. But
because
I think there was a lot more free reign on,
Yeah.
on some of the beat
'Cause you-
switches and like.
you know Kanye he takes songs like an artist might leave the studio thinking this is what the song is going to sound like. It comes out a whole different way
whole
with
different
Kanye.
way.
So like I feel like that's probably how a lot of the beats were. So
No,
like
I could see
because
that.
they're very Kanye, even though a lot of them are produced by different people. I feel like he probably took them and added to them.
Oh yeah, but
chopped
you
them
still get
different
those. You
ways.
still get those Timbo drums, bro.
No
like-
doubt, no
like
doubt.
The even the chants on Carnival, bro. Like it sounds like a Yeezus beat, but it still sounds kind of European.
Yeah,
And like I don't know if that is just the chants. It could be, but like it still sounds like different a little bit.
it kind
But-
of, dude, in a weird way. Carnival is my favorite song on the album. In a weird way, it gives me like Ramones vibes.
Yeah, just kind of
That
like
is
a rock
just weird,
song. Yeah,
but like it just gives me like Ramones. Like it just, I don't know, man. Very, very, just different.
Also, on a final note, I like the way this album came out more than I have the last 3 or 4 Kanye albums.
Same.
yeah. Same.
It wasn't this long, drawn out. When is he dropping it? I don't know if he's dropping it. Is he dropping it? I feel like Playboi Carti's doing that a little bit right now, but
He always does.
it was kind of a surprise release as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
Kind of, yeah. It did.
somebody on Twitter knew it was coming out.
As someone who, like you said, from an arm's length of Kanye, like I seen it and I was like, oh shit. Then I kind of listened to it and I was like, oh damn, we just did the music. Let's review it, bro. Let's actually listen to it. But I enjoyed it, man. I think it.
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow on the way to Florida.
Same, bro. Like I think it's it's only February. I would almost go out on a limb and say best album of the year so far.
So far, definitely.
So far.
Yeet's dropping soon.
I was
Dog.
gonna get to that.
I'm ready for the music review with Trevor.
Are we going to? Are we gonna rate? Are we gonna do ratings? Are we gonna rate an album? Are we gonna like out of 10, out of 5? Are we just gonna?
Well, I
talk
mean,
about
you
it?
gotta.
It's early.
It's early, yeah. We'll develop
I
it.
gotta
We'll
feel like I
develop
gotta listen to it because like, you gotta also think about his discography. Like, if 808s and Heartbreaks is a 9 out of 10, bro. Like, what would this be? Like a 6, a 7?
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
like you want to compare it to hip hop albums of the year, hip hop albums of the decade. You got to compare it to Kanye's discography.
Past work.
Yeah, everything
Like
he's
obviously, we're gonna do at the end of this year. We're gonna do best of 2024.
ever done. Obviously,
So as a run and count, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
put this one on the list.
Put it on the list.
Yeah.
Is kind of what I'm saying.
This album is definitely worth a
But-
listen.
The Yeet rollout is starting.
Dude,
Allegedly, it's coming in February. There's only 2 more Fridays in February, which is when people drop music. So if we get
I'm going to make
Yeet
the little
album-
kids happy right now. I was listening to this album. I was cleaning my house yesterday, and just YouTube knows what I like. So after this went off, bro, Two Alive came on, just playing
Also,
through that album. And I was like, God
You
damn,
lost.
bro, I
you
like
lost
this
the
shit.
14-year-olds when you said you was cleaning your house. They're not.
Yeah,
they're
facts.
not washing the dishes
We
at
also
their mama's
can't.
house.
We also can't talk too much about Yeet on the Vultures album.
I'm just
review, you
saying,
know what
bro. No, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but, dude,
We'll get Cameron to edit this part out of the video.
it's fine.
Audio exclusive.
When the Two Alive shit came on after this, I was like, yo, I still like this more.
No, I think so far 2024 has been a good music year, and it's looking like it's gonna be a great music year because we got the Cardi shit supposed to come out.
If
on
it sounds
Christmas.
anything like what he's been putting out and on this album,
Yeah, but
dude,
he
I'm
doing
gonna-
the Kanye shit where he's like supposed to release the album 2 months ago, and we're still waiting.
He's always doing that, bro. Whole
Sure.
Lot of Red was supposed to come out for a
Sure.
year and a half.
But Kanye put this out on a surprise release, and we're all over here glazing it. So
Hey,
I
who
mean,
wants
is
to drop after the big dog, man.
I guess
dog. I think Yeet can.
let Papa drop first.
Yeet is the big dog, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeet is the new
people
guy.
love to say we're young, Cardi, youth, da da da. da. Nah, bro, y'all fucking with the wrong motherfucker, man.
I think the listening parties there was a Young Thug song
Okay, fire.
on Vultures that wasn't on this album, so that's something to look
we
forward
got
to.
like 2 or 3 more Vultures though.
I think there's
Allegedly.
supposed to be 3. So now I will say, if they're 16 tracks long each time, will fucking 48 Kanye and Ty Dolla songs eventually get old? To be determined.
More than likely.
But if
Yeah.
it sounds like this, and Ty Dolla $ign does all this shit, maybe
If each
not.
each of these albums volumes has this many good songs on it, dude, like,
Yeah, bro. If
come
you can
on,
give me
man.
10 on each one, that's 30 songs, bro.
and if you give me 3 or 4 that I fucking love, I'm fine with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Fine with it.
Yeah, man. A pretty good album, bro. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna listen to it again tomorrow.
That's it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. NLP Music. We'll figure this whole thing out, bro.
We need to review more music.
That's a fact. This one's all.
We're all
Cameron on
music
this,
lovers.
low-key.
You might watch us talk about some random shit or current topics, but like in reality, we're all music nerds.
Or
That's a
maybe
fact.
if you're finding out about this because of the music shit, we talk about random stuff
It's a fact.
all the time.
and we make it funny sometimes.
Sometimes.
allegedly.
But
don't
had a team
don't
meeting.
laugh at health conditions.
Team meeting. No more laughing on the podcast, bro. It's
Yep.
all serious from now on. Appreciate you guys, though. We out of here.
Peace out. Go, 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 go.